It's Friday, September 20th. Good morning. I'm Dan Blakely with your Daily Kickstart from Barrie 360. Squeaky wheel can get the grease. Tenants at two residential buildings in North Toronto are celebrating after the city's Landlord and Tenant Board issued an interim order in their favor, ordering their corporate landlord to fix units that need repair. More than 100 tenants began a rent strike a year ago to protest rent increases and the landlord's inaction on urgent repairs in dozens of units. A final hearing on those disputes has yet to be held. Canada's national carbon emissions have dropped for the first time since the pandemic. There had been a slight downward trend in greenhouse gas emissions leading up to the COVID shutdown in 2020, after which emissions began trending upward again until now. The Canadian Climate Institute noting what it calls modest progress in 2023, led by reductions in the electricity and building sectors, the gains partially offset by increases in the oil and gas industry, which account for a third of emissions nationwide. It wasn't as big a victory as it's been in the past, but it was a victory nonetheless for the Ford government, winning the by-election yesterday in the riding of Bay of Quinte. They won the previous two elections with nearly 50% of the vote. The margin of victory yesterday was 39%. The Liberals also claiming victory of sorts, coming in second after trailing the Tories and the NDP in the previous two votes. The leader of Hezbollah has vowed to keep up daily strikes on Israel, despite this week's deadly sabotage of its members' communication devices. Also says Israelis displaced from their homes near the Lebanon border because of the fighting will not be able to return until the war in Gaza ends. Sunshine booked in for most of the final weekend of summer, highs in the low to mid-20s. That's your kickstart for September 20th. We're back again tomorrow. Until then, remember, a fool is known by his speech, a wise man by his silence.